welcome back down that pecan tree-lined lane through the screen door here at Down on the Farm Radio headquarters. Walk with me down the hall into the kitchen. Let's all sit at Granny Marble's kitchen table. We're going to have an ag family reunion of sorts, because if you eat, you're involved in agriculture, and we're about to feed you a big old heaping helping of ag information, plus some of Hop Sing's chicken fried steak, a jalapeno gravy, Nanny's yeast rolls, and a cold cucumber salad. I've got iced tea for you if you're a tough one, or a cup of coffee if you need to warm up. And we'll probably all need to warm up as we look toward the National Weather Service office that covers Austin and San Antonio. A cold front is on the way. Today we'll see a sunny 74 in Eagle Pass, partly sunny 60 in LaGrange, a cloudy 49 in Llano, and a mostly sunny 71 in Pleasanton. But the cold front is on the way, as I said. Friday, our lows will be from 23 to 34. Our highs 57 to 60. On Saturday, we'll see lows 46 to 48 with highs 67 to 70. And then on Sunday, mostly cloudy, a little sun, lows 51 to 60, highs 71 to 78. Neighbor, let's take a look at those commodities of ag interest, courtesy of the good folks at barchart.com. Now remember, we have to do these readings a little early, so don't use these prices to make a trade. March corn, $5.99 and a half, down 2 3/4. March beans, $13.83 and a quarter, down 11 and a half. March Kansas City hard red winter wheat, $7.70 even money, down 17. As we look toward March cotton, it's $115.05, down 123. February live cattle, $136.62, down 62 and a half. March feeder cattle, $165.32, down 85. February lean hogs, up 160 at 83.87. And your March U.S. dollar index, up 43 at 96.22. February gold, down 37.40 at $1,787.70 by the ounce. And February West Texas Intermediate crude up 176 at 79.62. Neighbor, there's your commodities of ag interest, as close to this noon hour as we can get. Remember, they're delayed. Don't use the prices to make a trade.
When we moved to Texas, we were like fish out of water. We didn't know anyone in our neighborhood until our Texas Farm Bureau insurance agent came to the house. She was so helpful and reassuring, a friendly face with that Texan hospitality I'd heard about. When we purchased a Texas Farm Bureau insurance policy, we knew we were making the right choice. We knew our family would be protected.
Visit Texas Farm Bureau Insurance today at tfbinsurance.com to find an insurance agent who's a true neighbor. Coverage and discounts are subject to qualifications and policy terms and may vary by situation.
Neighbor, now it's time for Focus on Ag, brought to you by your Texas Farm Bureau insurance companies.
Labor shortages in the pork industry. I'm Tom Nicoletti with Focus on Agriculture with the Texas Farm Bureau Radio Network. My guest today is Nick Giordano. He is Vice President for Global Government Affairs with the National Pork Producers Council. Nick, while you're in Washington tracking issues for the pork industry, one of those that you are currently looking at, of course, sweeping the industry along with other sectors of the United States, of course, is the labor shortage. Talk about that.
Well, we've got a severe labor shortage, both on farm and in our packing plants. This is top issue for National Pork Producers Council. We've been working this hard for years. Optimistically, I think there are members of Congress on both sides of the aisle that don't have a problem with what we want, which is basically we want the H-2A program open to us. Right now it's just open for seasonal labor. Well, we're a year-round industry. So we want that program opened year-round with no quotas, no caps.
And certainly biosecurity on hog and pig farms is ultimately something that producers need to really take into consideration.
Well, they do, and the Pork Board has done a good job of underscoring that message, and of course MPPC does. And, look, the U.S. pork industry leads the world in biosecurity. You think about PRRS and other porcine diseases. You look at where we were 30 years ago and where we are today, but you're right. Biosecurity is important, and we got to keep getting better and better. Job number one at MPPC is ASF and keeping it out of the United States of America.
That again is Nick Giordano. He is with the National Pork Producers Council. I'm Tom Nicoletti, and this is the Texas Farm Bureau Radio Network.
Texas Farm Bureau Insurance has protected fellow Texans with auto, home, health, and life insurance since 1952. With more than 260,000 square miles of land and 27 million people, that's a lot to cover. Whether you're wrangling cattle or wrangling kids, we're proud to protect Texans in all Texan ways of life.
Visit Texas Farm Bureau Insurance today at tfbinsurance.com to get insurance for Texans by Texans. Coverage and discounts are subject to qualifications and policy terms and may vary by situation.
Neighbor Hop Singh said he's ready to plate up the chicken fried steak while I talk to Cousin Brian Lentzman from Seguin Cattle Company. Cousin Brian and family sell them every Wednesday, cattle and sheep and goats. Brian, describe the action for us.
The sale was good. I wish every week was the first week of the year. You can't compare our market to what it was 2 weeks ago. Soccer calves, they were full $10 better than they were, from where we ended up last year. My only concern is when you get to this time of the year, if you don't have no free winter grazing, that affects the cattle market. A rain here in Texas wouldn't hurt us. I ended up with 771 head of cattle. Those good 2-3 weight steers, $1 to $1.82. 3 to 4 weights, $1.42 to $1.90. 4 to 5 weights, $1.46 to $1.98. 5 to 6 weights, $1.32 to $1.67. 6 to 7 weights, $1.31 to $1.58. 7 to 8 weight steers, $1.21 to $1.49. Get to the heifer mate, 2 to 3 weights, $1.02 to $1.65. 3 to 4 weights, $1.18 to $1.79. 4 to 5 weights, $1.25 to $1.68. 5 to 6 weights, $1.30 to $1.50, and 6 to 7 weights, $1.19 to $1.44. Those utility and commercial cattle, they from 60 to 75 cents. Those good young palpated cows from 1,000 to 1,400. Cow and calf pairs, 700 to 1,250, and on the good high yielding bulls from 90 to $1.06. It was just a fantastic market on the cattle end. Sheep and goats ended up with 520 head of them. Those good nannies from 220 to $300, with those good kid goats bringing from 360 to 440. And when you get to their dorpers, the good young ewes from 170 to 215, with lambs bringing 350 to 395. So, like I said, it was just a good market all the way around.
What you got coming next week?
Well, like I said, the first week everybody sits back and watches, and second, third week everybody starts dumping them. So I know it's a few big bunches coming. Pray that everything holds itself together.
Tell everybody how to get a hold of you, Brian.
You can give us a call at 830-379-9955, or you can call me on my cell phone at 830-305-0652.
Wholesale Steel, family owned and operated since 1976. Has heavy-duty panels, the first and only panels on the market with a lifetime warranty against damage from your animals. Our heavy-duty panels weigh in at approximately 150 pounds each. We carry a wide variety of products and have panels for the smallest livestock show animals all the way up to panels for the toughest bucking bulls. Wholesale Steel, with 2 locations to serve you in San Antonio and Hearn. Financing available, and we wholesale to the public. Visit our website at wholesalesteelsa.com or call 210-624-2000 for Wholesale Steel. 210-624-2000. Visit us on the web at wholesalesteelsa.com.
Neighbor, I tell you what, let's cross Yawa Creek and head over to Caldwell and talk to Carl Herman about his regular Wednesday sale. I talked to him about, 8 a.m. this morning. He was all bright-eyed and bushy-tailed after a good sale. Tell us about it, Carl.
No, we had a good sale yesterday. Had over 600 head on a higher calf market for 111 consigners and 43 buyers. We had 150 cows and bulls yesterday. Slaughter cows 25 to 72, slaughter bulls 65 to 98, stocker cows 600 to 1100, and pairs 1,000 to 1,200. On the calf side, on the steers, 2 to 3 weight steers, 160 to 177, 3 to 4 weights, 160 to 195, 4 to 5 weights, 155 to 187, 5 to 6 weights, 150 to 177, 6 to 7 weight steers, 140 to 153, and the 7 to 8 weights, 110 to 121. On the heifer side, 2 3-weights, 130 to 157. 3 to 4-weight heifers brought 146 to 177. 4 to 5 weights, 145 to 170. 5 to 6 weight heifers, 135 to 157. 6 to 7 weights, 125 to 147. And the 7 to 8 weight heifers, 115 to 130. Overall, had a good day. Had a lot of people that are going to sell next week. They're kind of waiting to see what the market did to start the year yesterday. And we look for a good sale next week.
Good deal. We'll touch base with you early next week and get a good idea of some of the consignments that are coming. In the meantime, if folks want to consign something to you, Carl Herman, Caldwell Livestock, how they get a hold of you?
Just give me a call at 979-820-5349. Call the barn, 567-4119. If you're in the Giddings and surrounding area, call Max Ebner at 540-8676.
Carl, thank you a bunch. Talk to you next week.
Thank you, Larry.
Thank you, Larry.
Neighbor, here's a shotgun look at the grains. Corpus Milo, 1227. Corn, 692. Houston wheat, 857. Houston beans, 1384. Texas cotton, 23,000 bales at 111.98. That's it for the 1245 show. See you back at 345 with a co-watch.